we have become complacent. Complacent in believing that things will remain the same. But the one thing that I come to go about advising each and every one is that in life, we're faced with choices. Choices being, do we allow ourselves to go about being proactive, or are we looking at things from a reactive standpoint? Now, the reason I said we have to learn to be proactive, in this instance, I would like to share that when we take a placement, when we go about looking at things and becoming able to go about analyzing what's taking place in that very instance, we put ourselves in a better chance of success because we will know how to go about circumventing and sidestepping the catastrophe or cataclysm that's headed our way. Just because a fool goes about saying something stupid to you, there's no reason, there's no need for you to go about entertaining that fool. Don't argue with an idiot. You will lose. An idiot is happy in his world. An idiot will try to go about bringing you down. It goes back into the old saying, and that misery loves company. My grandmother used to always say, if you see an idiot walking down the street, go on the other side. It's best that we do whatever it takes to go about sidestepping trouble. Because trouble is one of the easiest things that we could go about getting ourselves into. But getting out of it, we have to go about questioning and asking ourselves, is this interaction worth it? Should I even go about following myself with this person? Should I even go about entertaining this debauchery, this stupidness, this foolishness? Am I not lowering my standards and trying to prove a point to somebody who does not even care what the point is? Some people live to argue because they like to hear themselves. But if anything that goes about diminishing and taking away from where your place of peace is at, you need to leave it alone. I'm going to tell you this. The penitentiary is full of dudes who thought they wasn't punks because they believed they had to prove how hard they was. But for every consequences and choice that we make, there's an end result. And that end result is that when you make your bed, you're going to have to lay in it. That is just the nature of the beast. That's how it goes. Can't nobody help you with that. Can't nobody soften it up for you. So you must remember, in life, we must become proactive. We must start questioning ourselves and looking at ways and saying that this path that I'm going down, is this path healthy? Is it worth it? Because at the end of the day, the only one that's going to go about paying is you. Your family could cry all they want. Your friends could feel sorry for you. They could empathize with you. But at the end of the day, can't nobody help you pay. So you must go about becoming a central key part of the direction that your life is going. Because if you're just going along with the social norms, we are in a state of emergency. I repeat it again. We are in a state of emergency because majority of the adolescents, teenagers, they're being reactive because we have come to go about emboldening a level of sensitivity. Now, I'm not saying that some people aren't harsh with how they come across, but when you have to watch what you're saying just because you don't want to offend or mischaracterize something, and without somebody taking offense to it, that's a problem. Because that's why the truth is being hidden from us. Because we are trying to play politics in everything that we say, and every action that we take, and every step that we go about making towards correcting. When I was a child, you couldn't curse in front of grown-ups. The other day, they got these little kids in elementary school saying words that it took me back because their vocabulary and how they went about using it was, wow, interesting. But because we cannot go about correcting other people's kids anymore, we have made the choice to let these kids fend for themselves. You included, because it takes a village to raise a child. Nobody knows it all. So from the time you are placed in a situation where you cannot go about saying that it's inappropriate for you to be wearing your pants halfway down your behind, or for you to watch what you're saying to a kid, because the first response is going to be, oh, I feel threatened because of his voice, his demeanor, and his manner. And it's like, at some point in time, we have to stop enabling this destructive nature and abuse. We have to go about making that choice. Because a lot of us, we're emotionally unstable. Somebody will say something, and because of where our headspace is at, it's taken out of context. And you could know a person when they're emotionally unstable because they become real defensive. And when somebody gets real defensive, the learning process stops because they shut this and they're ready to open up their mouth. And they're ready to spit vulgarity. They're ready to spit venom. They're ready to spit anything in a way to make it being deflective and to show that what was said is really going about bothering them. But we need to put a stop to this. We need to go about making that choice in life where we become more accountable for our actions. We have to go about upholding ourselves in a way that goes about promoting and uplifting one